Okay guys, WordPress Alpha, it is ready now. It is finally ready now. Okay, this is not a sales page video or a promotional video. This is just an informational video so that you understand what we've built here and how you can use it and how you can benefit from it. Okay, if you have got a license for LocalBiz Alpha Extreme, it will work with WordPress Alpha. You can deploy your local business sites from here. Okay, there's no more messing about with those templates and import and export plugins for backup sort of plugins to be able to pull in those templates. It also means that I can update templates in real time as well, which is going to be a lot quicker and a lot easier for all of us as well. So if we see anything, any mistakes or anything like that, or we want to correct anything or remove a plugin, change a plugin, etc., we can do that very, very quickly and very easily. And the next site you deploy will have those new configurations done. Okay. Also, if you've got expired domain alpha, then the license key will work in here as well. Okay. Now, right now we're working only with DigitalOcean. We will expand on that. There's other similar hosting companies that allow you to create sites on different server locations. For example, DigitalOcean have got 8 different locations. They have got servers in London, New York, San Francisco, Singapore, etc. Okay, so you can create with DigitalOcean like a mini PBN, for example, with 8 different locations. Okay, and so 8-site PBN might not sound a lot, but actually can be pretty powerful if you've got the right domains and you use them correctly as well. Now, what we will be sort of covering over the next few weeks and ongoing, this is not going to stop, guys. This is probably this is a major flagship product for me, and it actually goes back to the very first product I ever did, which was called WordPress SEO Blueprint. This is WordPress SEO Blueprint and like steroids. It's incredible stuff. What we're actually doing here is we're building templates for different types of sites. Okay. Each time that we build a template, that's going to come with a course. Okay, and I'll give you an example of that. Right now, I've just finished a template for launch promotion or launch jacking mini sites. Okay, these mini sites are a great way to do this, absolutely fantastic way to do this. Whereas people are creating like these review posts on authority sites, which is great, you get to do an expired or you get to do an exact match domain, and I will give you a license at the same time for expired domain redirection plugin. Okay, which if you go out and build a site with an expired domain, you can use that plugin just by doing a simple redirect within WP admin. Okay, that will just 301 redirect every single link that's coming into that site into your exact match domain. Okay, powerful stuff. Now the beauty of that is, for example, in that particular strategy, is that when I did reverse engineer the websites that are ranking consistently for all these big promotions that are coming in JVisa and Warrior Plus, etc., I did reverse engineer and looked at the backlink profiles. They're using not the best quality links. Okay, it will surprise you. There's a whole course there, and there's even spreadsheets there in Google Docs for you to access, and you can see the links that they've been using. Okay, they're using like 5 gigs, I think, for getting comments, comment links, and it's ranking them. Okay, what we need to do with that kind of strategy is you deploy your site early. Okay, you have a site dedicated to that one particular plugin. We've got lots of calls to action in that particular template. Sorry, we've got a whole bunch of calls to action in that template. So we got a full page splash screen. We've got smart bars with calls to action, so that you can build your list, you can build your retargeting audiences and that kind of stuff, and plus you'll be able to rank these pretty quickly, pretty easily. All you need to do is 2 things: start early and do the expired domain redirection as quickly as possible. Buy an expired domain, let those links flow through into there, and you're going to be ranking very, very quickly. So you can do this really quick, really easy, effortlessly. And for the content, for those kind of sites, all you need to do, access the JV page, take some stuff from there, build out a review. The template's already there for you to follow, and within an hour, I would say you've got a mini site dedicated to that particular product. okay? And very simple, very easy, and very powerful. Okay, that's really literally all you need to do. If you want to take it further, I've got a whole bunch of Fiverr gigs that I recommend. So every time we every time we create one of these new templates, it comes with the course, it comes with the template, it comes with the strategy, it comes with reverse engineering, and it's a whole little business in the box kind of thing. Okay, for you to be able to just use anytime you want. Okay, that training will be inside WordPressAlpha.com. Okay, for you to access. So I'm really excited about this application. This is, you know, something really fantastic that I'm very happy with. I'm really excited about this. Okay, so you can see here we've got two options, and this is actually what caused the delay in releasing WordPress Alpha. Okay, the reason was because we had one host, one site, and I did not realize until the day we were going to release it, which was about 2 weeks ago, that it was doing one host and one site, so that every time you deployed the site, it would deploy a new server or new droplet, as they call them in DigitalOcean, every time you created a new site. So if I've got 10 sites, that was creating 10 different servers, which costs basically $5 per month, which is really cheap, $5 per month, if you want a blazing fast server with just one website on it. But that's not practical if you got like 50 or 100 site license for LocalBiz Alpha, okay, and you want to deploy 100 or 200 LocalBiz Alpha directory sites, which by the way are ranking very well if you just give them time. They drive a lot of traffic. Okay, I will show that in a different training, a different webinar, a different video, but we've got some sites that are just driving traffic from doing nothing except for a couple of clicks and some basic configuration. And then we're coming back to this. What we're able to do now is you can set up a host. If I click through here, click on the hosts, you can see I've got one host already set up here, and you can see it's from New York City. So if I click on the settings in here, I can click up here to add a new site, and then I can put in details for my new website. Okay. Now if I want to create a new host, I go over here and click on new under one host, multiple sites, and then I can just give it a name. So maybe this next one I'm going to do for San Francisco, something like that. Okay, I'm sure I spelled that wrong. Okay, and we can come in here, we can choose San Francisco, and we can launch it. Okay, if I click on that, it's going to deploy a server, which costs $5 per month. Then what I can do is I can choose how many sites I want to put into each host. Okay, you can put in safely, I would say, about 10 or 12 websites into each host without harming the sort of speed load time. If you go too much, especially with the LocalBiz Alpha sites, it's going to slow down. Okay, you've got to understand that. What I suggest you do is you use one host, one site when you have an authority site or when you have a breakout site. Say for example you have a LocalBiz Alpha directory site and it starts to really do very well. You don't want to have other websites on that particular server. You just want a really fast website because it's making you money. Then $5 a month for that one website isn't a big deal. $60 a year isn't a big deal if you're making about $400 per month on AdSense, for example. Okay, so you want to invest and make sure you've got a fast site so that you don't lose rankings, because the speed of your website is a ranking factor. Okay, and plus you want to give people a good customer experience as well. You don't want people clicking away because your site is taking too long to load. Now DigitalOcean is really fast if used in that particular way. It's really fast. The advantage is as well is that it will auto expand. Okay, it will automatically expand, which gives you that safety net that you're not going to have your servers crash on you. Okay, so we can safely, I would say, you know, for me personally, I would use maybe 5 LocalBiz Alpha sites for one host. Okay, I would not go above that for LocalBiz Alpha sites, because literally we can create like 90,000 pages in one click. Okay, just in one state. Okay, we'll get into the strategy stuff for LocalBiz Alpha a little bit later, not so much in this video, but just as an example, you want to make sure that your sites are going to be fast. Okay, you don't want to have them in a situation where the server is going to crash because they are getting too busy, because they are too heavy, because they're pulling in too much data, all that kind of stuff. You need speed for these kind of sites, but they can do very well for traffic, and from there you can monetize it. You can test the monetization from things like native ads, AdSense, do some call to action stuff, or being able to build an email list, being able to do some CPA kind of offers as well, click to call, that kind of stuff will all work with the local biz alpha sites. You've just got to understand the options you've got. Just know that they drive traffic, and from there it's up to you to do your testing, although we will cover some training for those as well within the group project in the Facebook group. Okay, so these two options gives us flexibility that we need. Now we do need to add some additional hosting options. Right now it's DigitalOcean. I have a link as well in here that I'm going to give you, that you want to use that link. If you use that link, then you get some additional credits as well with DigitalOcean. Okay, so if I just bring this preview page over here, I've been writing this out for you. You can see here in the green section here in this blog post, which I'm going to give you a link underneath this video, or if you're in the Facebook groups, you will get the link in the Facebook group to come in here, and I'll put this video I'm recording now will be in here as well in this post. Okay, if you click in here, this will give you a $50 in credit over 30 days. Okay, once you have spent $25. Okay, now one server is $5. The more you use that server, the more it's going to cost. So the resources that you use are going to be expanding as needed as well with DigitalOcean, so that it's designed so that your sites don't crash. If you go and set up like 5 or 6 servers, that's your spending, like your $25 there. Then you get $50 in credit into your account. So if you use this link, that's what you can do. Okay, and that means we get something like $25 credit as well, which we use for the actual WordPress Alpha app. Is located here as well. Okay, in DigitalOcean, we've actually deployed it in DigitalOcean because we need the speed, we need the power, we need that expandability as we get more and more busy with this particular app. Okay, right now, all you need to do, first of all, is in here you can see I've given you some steps. Just come down here. Step 1, step 2, step 3, for example, how to access. Okay, in this post it tells you, if you click on this link here, which I can't click on because I'm still in the editing side here. If you click on this link here, it's going to take you to a Google authorization. That Google authorization is to be able to get you a Gmail that we can automatically add you into any Google Docs and spreadsheets that we create every time we create a new template. Okay, so when we create a new template, for example, the launch tracking one, the launch promotion one, I've actually got a spreadsheet there that gives you a whole bunch of resources. It gives you recommended Fiverr gigs to go and get backlinks. Okay, it tells you there's resources there for the backlinks for 3 or 4 websites that are consistently ranking for these launches. Okay, we've got the whole backlink profile. We ripped everything out of Ahrefs and we've analyzed it as well. So all that is broken down. We've got Google Docs explaining the breakdown of those particular links. For example, there's a lot of content there within the Google Docs for that particular template, and for each new template we create for AdSense, for example, or Amazon Associates, or for news blogs, it will be similar kind of thing, similar kind of approach. So to be able to not have to give a public link out, so that this content that I'm creating, which is really time consuming to go and create, doesn't get spread about too far and wide, what I'm doing instead is I'm giving access to customers of WordPress Alpha. And to do that, I need your Gmail address, okay, so that we can just automatically add you when we're creating these documents. That's what that first link is for. It's going to ask you for that Google authorization for that purpose. Okay, then when you want to, once you have clicked on that, it's going to take you to this page here to go and register for WordPress Alpha. What you will see here is an opt-in form, and this is different. You can use the same email if you want to. Okay, if you're worried about getting double emails and stuff like that, you don't need to worry. Just put in the same email, use the same Gmail. Okay, you put in your name, you put in your email, and you subscribe. It's going to ask you to double verify. Once you have double verified, it's going to take you to the actual registration page for WordPress Alpha, and then you can create your own username and your own password, And when you go into WordPress Alpha, then you will see over here in the left hand side license. Okay, now if you have got license for expired domain alpha, you can add that in here, and you can only deploy expired domain alpha sites. Okay, if you've got license for local biz alpha, the extreme version, you can add your license key in here as well. Okay, and you can only deploy local biz alpha extreme sites with that particular license key. There are other options to add license keys in here as well. Okay, what is going to happen is every time I've done a new template, I will create the course, I will create the Google Docs with the spreadsheets and all that different stuff that comes with it. Okay, and we will sell the course for anybody who doesn't want to become a recurring member. Becoming a recurring member gets you access to every single time that we create these courses. Okay, this allows me to go and do launches where I can just bring people in for that specific strategy. So if I want to do a course about AdSense or launch tracking, then they've got access to 2-click deployment for pre-configured websites. That's the idea. Okay, if you want to become a member, then you will get access around less than 50% cost. Okay, it will be less than 50% cost, and you can pay that every month, and that means that you can have X amount of licenses for sites to deploy every single month. If you want to do it for AdSense, for launch tracking, different kinds of sites, you can do that, except for not the premium plugins like the Local Biz Alpha Extreme and the Expired Domain Alpha. Those are separate, but you can use your license keys with this. Okay, we can explain more about this in the webinar. Okay, I will set up a webinar probably for the next few days. I can't be sure right now. The reason I can't be sure right now is because I had some difficulty trying to set up a webinar with HQ Webinar app. They've actually changed the back end and stuff the last time I looked, and we had some difficulty with people trying to hear me in a sort of it was set up like a meeting actually, not like a webinar, but I couldn't get it working, so I need to double check on that, or I need to go back and get access to GoToWebinar so that we can set up some webinars often that we can do. Either way, we will do a webinar. Okay, and when we do these webinars, it will be around a specific strategy every time that we have got a new template done. Okay, so there will be a course, there will be a strategy, there will be a reverse engineering, there will be a template that you can deploy in 2 clicks. Each template will have its own set of plugins. Each set of plugins will have its own configuration according to the type of site. Okay, so if it's Yoast SEO plugin, for example, and it's for Amazon Associates affiliate site, then we will have things like the tags indexable. If it's going to be in a niche site like an AdSense site, I might not want to have the tags indexable, so it's going to be different settings in Yoast SEO, for example, depending on the kind of site. Okay, so all of that kind of stuff will be taken into account. I can't say that we will do one every single month because we've been now about 4 weeks on the launch tracking template that I expected to get done in about 2 days. But what happens when you get started with these things, you start to see things and you start to want to add more to make it better, to make it better, to make it better, so that when people go to actually use these, they've got every advantage they could possibly have, from building an email list, from doing social locking to get more traffic coming in so that they can get some extra incentives, for example, for being able to do some retargeting audiences for Google AdWords and for Facebook. All different kinds of stuff has been built in for that particular template, and when you get the template, when you see the template, you understand exactly what we're doing here, and you will get excited because this is good stuff. This is really, really good stuff, and this is the power of using something like WordPress Alpha and the power of creating something that I wanted to do for so long, and now finally we got it, and it's doing exactly what I needed to do, and we still got a lot more to come. Anyway, that's all I can tell you right now. That's all I want to sort of cover in this video anyway. There will be additional videos. I might do some more videos throughout the day. I will come into the Facebook group once I have got this instructions post set up on WordPressAlpha.com and in the sort of subdomain blog in here. And we will post the link into the Facebook groups, and then I will email later. Now, if you do not have a license for Expired Domain Alpha or for Local Biz Alpha Extreme, don't worry, there will be a link that you can go and purchase a 50 site license, which right now you can only use generic blog templates until I have finished the launch tracking template, which I'm hoping to get finished today. Just final tweaks with doing that. And then I need to give that to my coder, who needs to upload that so that we create an additional option here, that when we go to create sites, for example, if I click in here and go into the settings and go to add a new site, you can see that to select a template, we got 4 in here. We've got Local Biz Alpha, Autoblog Alpha, Expired Domain Alpha. These are specific plugins, okay? Whereas we've got generic blog template, okay? What we will have then, after today hopefully, is launch tracking template, mini site for launch tracking for review sites. And then next week we'll have like AdSense, for example. Then the week after, or hopefully, you know, a couple of weeks or whatever, Amazon Associates, and we'll just keep going forward with that kind of thing. Okay. Now it's not going to be a situation where I'm doing a new template every single month, because there will come a point where I'm not even sure what kind of new templates we can create. There will come a point as well where, you know, one particular template might take 5 or 6 weeks. That can easily happen. And some other templates might take like a week. Okay, so you might see them coming harder and faster, or you might see a little bit of a delay, but I can keep you updated within the groups what's actually happening with those. Okay, that's it. That's all I can really cover right now. So I will be in the groups later today. Hopefully we'll get you everything you need to be able to come in. There will be a sales page as well for those that want to buy the generic licenses. You can buy 50 sites for $97. Okay. You still need to get your own hosting. I'll explain all of that on the sales page, and there will be an upsell after that as well. The upsell after that will be if you want to take a monthly membership, where you will get X amount of sites replenishing each month. We cannot do rolling credits with this. Okay, we cannot do rolling credits. So if you're buying like 25 sites per month and you've used only 2, next month when you're paid again, then you're only going to show 25 sites available again. Okay, so try and use them up, even if you're doing it just for these launch tracking sites with dollar domains. Try and use them up. It's only taking 2 clicks to create the sites, guys. Okay, create some AdSense sites. I've just put some Autoblog for an AdSense in there. We will create an Autoblog plugin for you to be able to use as well. Very quick and very easy one as well, where you can just put some advertising. Use your sites up. It's entirely up to you. It's your responsibility to use your sites. It's too difficult for us to be able to do the rolling credits with this, okay? Because from past experience, anytime we try to do that, it just gets into big arguments, okay? How we can make things happen when people want to cancel, for example. We have been paying for that server all the way up to that point where they cancel, and then they cancel. We're still paying for that server, but they still want the stuff that they didn't use, and it just gets into arguments and stuff like that, and I don't want that, okay? So you got to understand that we're running this like a business, right? Up to you how many sites you want to get per month. You can have a choice of 25 or 50, okay? They're half price at that point after you've purchased the first one at $97. What happens then, the next one is only $47 every month after for 50 sites. If you want to do 25 sites, then it's $27 or something, okay? Use the sites up. It's not that hard. It's literally 2 clicks to create these sites. Literally 2 clicks. And if you want to use an Autoblog, that's another click, okay? Seriously, it's not that hard. We will cover it in a webinar. We will cover this in training. So anyway, that's all I can tell you. If you got any questions, ask in the Facebook group once we have posted this into the Facebook group, and you will understand everything that you need to, and you can make a decision you want to buy it or just use it for the plugins that you have already got. And the only ones it's working with right now that you have already got would be Local Biz Alpha Extreme version or the Expired Domain Alpha. Okay, if you got Local Biz Alpha but not Extreme version, you can swap them for Extreme versions. Okay, I'll make a way for you to do that. Okay, where you can, you know, get, if you've got 50 site license for Expired Domain Alpha but you don't have Extreme, we can do it like you can do 25 Extreme and keep 25 of the other one. Okay, so the main sort of Local Biz Alpha, which is deploying one particular campaign at a time, as opposed to deploying multiple campaigns in one click. We can do some kind of a deal there for you as well. Just ask in the Facebook group and let me think about it, and we can figure out a way that you can get in here and you'll be able to use this. Okay, we can make it work for all of you. I'll see you in the Facebook group a little bit later. Thank you.